Every kid dreams about the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, full count. As far as dreaming about a perfect game, I don't think in a million years I'd even thought I'd ever even throw one.
A perfect game. And that means no walks, no hits, no errors, and no one reaching first base. And that's the pinnacle of a pitching performance.
Dude, I felt like crap that day. It was a rough night. I'm sure I smelled like a brewery.
I didn't know I was going to start the ball game until I came to the park. I looked in my locker and the ball was in my shoe. And that meant I was going to start.
Don Larson walked out to the mound to throw the ceremonial first pitch. And to Don Larson, I said, are you gonna run up there and jump into his arms again? And he said, hey kid, you got it wrong. He jumped into my arms.
Usually the most nerve-wracking innings are the first, second, and third because you're not really sure what you're going to have that day or how your location is going to be.
I was different because I always walking around the mound, but that afternoon I was like, just give me the ball and go right back to the plate. Give me the ball, I'm doing it again.
There's a rhythm to a perfect game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they come around again.
My control came full tilt, and I was able to control the ball just about as I chose to.
Mickey came to the dugout after the inning, and I told him, look at the scoreboard, Mick. It wouldn't be something. And he just looked at me and walked away.
When I would just occasionally look around the infield, I could see the look on Tino Martinez's face or Chuck Knobloch. I remember looking over at Scotty Brocious on third base. He wouldn't even look at me. I could see his face was red. He was tense.
And all of a sudden you're in the 7th inning and you realize, hey, I haven't been out of the stretch yet. There hasn't been a guy on base.
The feeling or the aura that people talk about in the dugout when things like that are going on, nobody talks to me, nobody jokes with me, nobody even acknowledges that I'm there.
They won't even get anywhere near you because they're afraid if they touch you, they'll create some bad luck.
Made me that much more motivated as opposed to, oh, how could they say that? They're jinxing me. Never believed in that stuff.
The fans are going nuts. I'm going crazy in my mind, and I'm trying to find my way to calm down because I know those guys are really putting everything they can to kind of keep this thing preserved.
And the fans that were screaming, Johnson, you have a perfect game, earlier in the game were no longer screaming that anymore. So I think they were taking it in and realizing that there was a chance for history to be made.
Walking off after the 8th inning, I remember kind of looking up in the stands, looking around the upper deck and really kind of soaking it in, knowing exactly what was going on.
I took a quick glance up to my grandma and I just stared. I stared deep during that moment as I'm looking up at her. I just knew, I said, it's going down.
9th inning, going to the mound, I get chills. I was like, just running there. I still get chills. Look, still get chills.
All the Phillies came to the field. It was a feeling of, God, I can't believe it. I did this thing.
One of the things that I was proud of the most out of that performance is that I was able to still be on top of my game at that age.
I got lucky. I got real lucky on one particular day.
I threw a perfect game on Mother's Day. Like, this is for her.
Come on, Grison. Come on, Grison. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Obviously, you're on top of the world, but, man, I was on top of the stadium. It felt like that day. I was looking down with the gods.
I remember seeing Don Larson first. The minute I saw him, I just went up to him and gave him a bear hug.
Sometimes I think about it and I says, did it really happen? I wonder sometimes. I really do.